What is up, ladies and gentlemen, and beautiful people of the Crasher community? How are you guys doing today? We're back with a new video on the channel. Thank you very much for tuning on in, you absolute legends. And ladies and gentlemen, today's topic was sent to me by my buddy Rom, and I'm just gonna say this, right from the jump, there is a lot more to what we're seeing here on the screen, and it all originates from Taylor Morgan. We have ourselves the following. I have never made a more desperate plea than what I'm about to say right now. Riot Games, Riot Support, I need you guys to fucking do something. I am an incredibly strong person and I have been streaming for a very, very long time, but absolutely nothing prepares you for someone saying this to you. These suspensions are not enough. Nothing will ever stop these men from acting this way until hardware bans go into play. They should never be able to play the game again. I know you hear us, I know you see us. If this goes unpunished, I am taking this as an active act from you that you do not give a single fuck about any of the women and minorities that play your game, and I will rally to boycott. This is just absolutely not on. Now, we also have ourselves a clip that I am going to be sharing. However, I have to censor certain parts out, otherwise this video is going to get fucking nuked. But anyways, here is the footage.
Yappa. You are literally just fucking all talk, bro.
Oh, be honest with me.
My ult's ready.
Do you know what feels like?
No, I don't actually.
Well, do you want to know?
Are you saying you're gonna rip me?
Because you're heading on the right path right now.
Are you saying you're gonna rip me?
You're going on the right path for it.
Is that what you're saying?
Toxins going up.
It's not if I like it. Is it now?
No one walks away.
Hectic. Oh.
Now, before we move on to the rest of this development here, let me just say a couple of things so that way everyone knows where I stand when it comes to this general type of thing. So first things first, a fact. This type of thing has been a thing in gaming for countless amounts of years. That thing, of course, revolving around shit-talking your opponents. If you guys remember back to the Call of Duty days or the Halo days, you could recall some of the most absolutely off-the-rails type of shit people would be saying as a means to trash talk their opponents, because that has been a common thing. I'm not justifying it, but that is literally how it's been for as long as I can remember. And honestly, I can appreciate a good trash talker because it fucking amuses me the amount of shit that they're going to say, and I'm just laughing my ass off in the process. I'm just like, bro, it's just a game. What are you on about? Now, of course, there are certain lines that should never ever be crossed, and even in today's societal standards, we really shouldn't be accepting this type of thing right here when we are mentioning and suggesting. I mean, that right there, like, here's the thing. I'm a fan of a good trash talker. I'm a fan of dark humor, all that stuff, but, yeah, that's kind of something that I do not want to even begin to explore, you know what I'm saying? Like, stay the fuck away from that. And there are genuine cases of harassment when it comes to gaming, and that is something that I stand against. I mean, how hard is it to be able to simply play a game and enjoy it for what it is? Just a game, you know what I'm saying? It really shouldn't be that complicated. It really shouldn't be that deep to understand, but there are people that do genuinely take it way the hell too far and act like toxic assholes about it and ruin the online experience for all of the rest of them. However, at the same time, we can't control toxicity, okay? There are going to be assholes in every which way. You just got to develop a thick skin and learn to not fucking care about what them losers gotta say. So with all of that out of the way, let me present you guys with the next part of this story here, because this is where things begin to, we'll say the tide gets turned against this woman's favor. And it all stems from this right here from Papa Uwu X. What was the only reason you had the guy unmuted at Taylor Morgan S? Stop playing the victim card when you enabled it, and stop lying by omission. And what we have here is a clip that is, pretty damning. Let's check it out.
Hey gaming, bro, this guy is an asshole. This guy's an absolute asshole. Like, I'm literally the only reason I have him unmuted. The only reason I have him unmuted is for content. Like, just, oh my god.
Now, let me reiterate. Genuine harassment, genuine cases of harassment are never ever okay, okay? I do not justify it a single bit. However, the big caveat when it comes to this situation here is that this individual enabled it so that way she could get content out of it and then tried to play the victim. How can you go from saying that to then acting like what this guy said was god-awful when you knew by omission that he was an asshole? Like, you know what I'm saying? This right here is where this attempted victimhood really truly falls apart and turns the community against you. Now, I want to point out this exchange here in case anyone has any, we'll say different ideas about this. So we have Yuna Leska, I hope I'm saying this right, tweeting out, she unmuted for content as in to record what he is saying while she is streaming. To have proof, I did this when I streamed MOBAs back in the day because the company asked for proof of video for what happened. It's not for entertainment for fuck's sake. To which Papa Uwu says, Riot uses tech to detect voice comms abuse. This was a topic of major privacy debate when the news came out. Also, a clip of you egging someone isn't really black and white. So with all due respect, your point is invalid and what-if-isms. Now, I pointed that out in case anyone wanted to make the argument that, oh, well, the reason why she had let the guy unmuted was so that way she could have proof that he is a toxic, abusive asshole, when the thing is that Riot has technology, muted or not, to be able to pick up abusive language. So here's the deal overall, ladies and gentlemen. This right here is not a good look, and it just goes to show once again that clout chasing really is a fucking disease that needs to be rehabilitated, like toot sweet. Is that moment in the sun really worth it? You ever hear of what happens when you fly too close to the sun? You ever hear of what happened with Icarus, who flew too close to the sun? Well, the wings made out of wax ended up melting, and that spelled disaster for Icarus right there. So I guess you could say this right here is a case of Icarus syndrome, where you get too greedy and you end up paying a hefty price. So while you might be getting media coverage now from various outlets, and while you might be getting a temporary growth in followers and all that stuff across various platforms, just know that this right here ain't gonna last too long. Now let me say this one more time, especially for those in the back and for those that want to try and twist what I'm saying into a false context and paint me with a false label. I, Crasher, aka Corey, do not, repeat, do not advocate at all for any type of harassment. And when it comes to what was actually said in the clip, the trash talk that revolved around R-wording someone, I'm sorry, that is especially fucking gross. Nobody should ever have to put up with that type of bullshit being hurled at them. However, let me remind you, again, when it comes to the online gaming space, this type of toxicity, this type of trash talk has been running rampant for as long as I can remember. Like I said, back in the Call of Duty days, back in the, the World of Warcraft and, the Halo days and stuff like that, there were people that would trash talk you at every single twist and turn. It's unfortunately a formality when it comes to online gaming. That is the risk that unfortunately you have to take. It shouldn't have to be that way. However, we can't control what people say here, so the best thing that you can do is take the best that you can out of any situation. Now, as far as what Taylor here tried to pull, it was absolutely despicable. She faked being distressed over what Buddy had said to her, knowing that Buddy was a toxic asshole, yet she left him unmuted for the sake of content. And this right here, it is as plain as day, clear and simple. This was someone trying to act like a victim, which they're not, by the way, in order to get attention, and hey, you know what? It worked. That is for a very short time, because when people began to catch on to what actually happened, when more context was being added, Yeah, the tides were turning very, very quick. So take this as a lesson from Taylor Icarus Morgan that pulling stunts like this are going to backfire. I don't hate you, Taylor, but let me just say this. You need to do better. A lot better. Because shit like this, oh, I should also mention this. Shit like this also makes actual victims of this sort look terrible. You're essentially painting them with the brush of faking victimhood for views and likes. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what else I can say here in this situation, but these right here are just my own thoughts and analysis on said situation. What do you guys think? Do you agree? Do you disagree? What are your thoughts overall on this situation here? Either way, I love hearing from you guys in the comments down below. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, that is it here for the video. Thank you guys very much for watching. Thank you for your time as well in viewing this video. Have yourself a damn good one, you beautiful people. Be kind to yourself, be kind to others. Always stay humble, my friends. I'll see you guys next time.